friends, and welcome to another episode of Fully Booked. I'm Megan.
And I'm Arthur. Surprise.
Hey, bitches. Arthur's back. Probably because we're doing a follow-up.
Yes.
And so it wouldn't have
of
made any
course.
sense to not do that. So we are taking the opportunity to do a kind of overall review / wrap up of the Apple TV Cape Fear miniseries that ended its run on July 31st and has a total of 10 episodes that have come out. We figured we would take a moment, since we did talk about the first couple of episodes back in the way back when it started.
Yeah, it's been a while.
June, I think. We figured we would come back and do kind of a wrap up and overall feelings now that we've seen all of the episodes.
Yeah, and we got to see the final episode of Fantasia, and Patrick Wilson was there, and the director was there.
Nick Antosca, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun. That
Yeah.
that part was cool. That may have been cooler than the actual show, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I have some feelings about this overall.
Wow, okay.
Especially now that I've had some time to think about it. I'm like, Anyway, yeah, so I have some different feelings about this probably, and different vibes than I think I had when we had only watched those first 2 episodes when they came out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find
So
out.
we're going to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, God, I'm realizing more and more too just how much we're getting this year just in the realm of like adaptations of stuff, and how many big things are still on their way. We've got a Hunger Games adaptation coming out in November that's going to be absolutely
It's gonna be crazy, of course.
massive. We've got this, which is another one that wrapped up. Everybody's just seen that trailer for Wicker that dropped. Oh, I'm so excited for this. So for Arthur and the straight men who don't know what I'm talking about,
Okay.
there is a film that is coming out in October, I believe, of this year. October 23rd is what I'm seeing of this year. That is a romantic fantasy comedy film called Wicker. It's based on a short story called The Wicker Husband, and it stars Olivia Colman as a, how do I even put this, as like a lonely fisherwoman, basically, who asks a weaver with magic powers, I guess, played by Peter Dinklage, yay, to make her a husband. So he makes her a man made out of wicker who comes to life and is sentient, and he's played by Alexander Skarsgård, and they have a lot of sex. In the trailer, I'm not giving anything away by saying,
Wow.
I'm not kidding, it looks
Why does it sound like that stupid Netflix snowman thing?
No, I feel like it's going to be so much better.
Oh, no, I'm
the trailer,
sure it's going to be better.
The trailer looks incredible.
I'm sure it's going to be better, like I said, but it just sounds like it.
The internet has gone fucking feral.
Let's make
over
a
this.
man out of anything,
Yes.
and make a love story out of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it'll still be
that's
better
what I
than a
just
lot
said.
of human men. So.
Well, that's what I just said.
Oh, I came across a TikTok of a guy being like, man, guys, I think we've really fucked up if we've gotten to the point where women want to fuck a wicker basket more than they want to fuck a
Wow.
dude.
That is a terrible assessment of the
It
situation.
was so funny. It made me chuckle. Anyway, that's happening on that front, and everybody has gone fucking crazy, and I don't blame them. It actually looks like it's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great.
Let's do it.
So, okay. So let's talk about some things now that Cape Fear has kind of wrapped up. I'll give an overarching spoiler warning for pretty much the entire series, because we're not going to have time to go into major detail, but we will definitely be touching on plot points and character arcs and all that kind of stuff.
Spoilers. It's been a week.
I know, but still.
We're good.
Okay, I'm giving a spoiler warning regardless. If you haven't watched it, just be aware that we're going to be spoiling some of the episodes. Spoilers. Okay, show. Walking away from this now, I did talk about in our first episode where we covered this a while back, I did talk about some of the background of the fact that this is based on a book. There have now been 2 film adaptations, and this is the 3rd adaptation of the work itself, essentially, which is a book called The Executioner, if I'm not mistaken, or Executioners, sorry.
I think it's The Executioner, but anyways.
Yeah, that was published back in the 50s. So yeah. So I did kind of talk about all that stuff, and we did talk about general cast stuff and sort of how everything kicks off in the first couple of episodes with Max Cady getting out of prison after allegedly being exonerated for not having murdered his wife and unborn child 17 years prior. And who, of course, decides to begin to inflict all manner of different horrible things on Anna Bowden, who was his defense attorney at the time, her husband Tom, who was actually the prosecuting attorney, and their family. And sort of everything that follows, all of the crap that kind of follows them.
Very smart, I have to say. Very, what's the word that I'm looking for? He can tinker with shit to make it work.
I mean, he definitely can. The man is extremely charismatic and extremely manipulative, right?
And
So,
resourceful, yes.
yes. So all of those things kind of come into play throughout the course of this. I guess part of what I've taken away from it now that I'm not super jazzed about, I will say off the bat, 10 episodes was too many episodes for this show. I do not think it
Okay.
needed to be this long. I think it easily could have been 8.
Yeah, 8.
Maybe
I can
less.
see 8. I don't know about less. There's some things that were definitely stretched out a little bit. 8 is good.
Because I do feel that all of the side plots became a little too convoluted at some point or another. And I was like, I don't think we needed this many side quests
Yeah.
in the midst of all
That
of
whole
this.
thing with the toe of the son and his
The toe
problems and everything.
Yeah, and then like getting into all of the extra stuff with Max's family, and I know that it all kind of ties together later, so I get why they did do it, but it was like we had to spend time going to like meet his father and his grandmother and things like that, where we could have gotten the reveal that you get, again spoilers, the reveal that does come by the end of it is that the weird kid, Luke, who is his half-sister Crystal's son, is also, it turns out, Max's son, because they had, I guess, an incestuous relationship previously. She became pregnant. And, oh, no, I'm sorry, that did not happen. Sorry, they did have an incestuous relationship, but it turns out that Crystal is the person who killed Max's wife, technically,
Yes.
in the end. And she did so by, trigger warning, cutting the baby out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh. And then I assume disposing of the body. Anyway, that's kind of the reveal that we're given. But of course, Max at this point has killed his sister, his father, and his son unknowingly by blowing them up on a boat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you kind of needed all that for the character development side of things to kind of show him why he's so crazy and all that stuff.
I guess maybe I also didn't need that he had another daughter from another relationship. Like the Nevaeh thing for me was weird.
Yeah.
And I thought that the actress who played her, I thought was very good. So
Oh, no,
it's nothing,
everyone was great.
Everybody was great. Like the whole cast was good. It's nothing against them. It's just that eventually I was like, this is too many plot points. And again, which almost needed to happen because it was 10 episodes. If it had been 8, I don't think we would have needed as many characters or as many little side plots taking place at the same time. And some that, to a degree, like had a quote unquote wrap up, but also didn't. Like Nevaeh's plotline, in my opinion, went nowhere. We assume she's still stuck in juvie, but eventually she'll get out.
Probably.
And that probably won't be pretty. And there are maybe unresolved things between her and Natalie.
Yeah, that was it. Just abruptly ended when she left the juvie, and then bye-bye, no more character.
La di da, we don't get to do anything else with it. So like that was a weird choice. And then we did get some, to a degree, sort of wrap up to do with Zach, their son, and like his mental health issues and kind of what he's dealing with, but also kind of not. Like he's just sort of existing with it. And you're like, I guess this is true to life in the sense that nothing would go away, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it felt almost cruel to a degree to like exacerbate this poor kid's mental health issues that he's suffering with by having him like on a bunch of hallucinogens that had definitely made things worse by the end of all of this as well, possibly permanently, like we don't know. Which I was like, this is just kind of sad. And then that doesn't really go anywhere for that character either. It's just sort of like a point for him, and you're like, okay,
He just has to deal with it. That's what it is.
I guess. Yeah, sort of. Anyway, I don't know. There were too many things going on, which easily could have been fixed if it had been a shorter series. There were at least 2 episodes in the middle that they dragged, and I was like, this is just filler of people giving good performances, but it's not really helping me with anything. I don't feel like it's advancing things that quickly, and I don't feel like it's giving me much more that I'm going to remember when the show's over.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it could have been a lot shorter, 2 episodes at least, but that's also 2 hours, so that is a good chunk of the story. I still liked it despite the fact, if I'm like ignoring that part, I think it was very good. I fucking love the music and the visuals. That was beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of that was actually very cool. It did have a distinctly, I mean, obviously Scorsese produced this series, but they definitely...
And the other guy too.
Spielberg, yeah.
Yes.
But it definitely kept that stylization, like that Scorsese
exactly.
style. There's a lot of bright red. Scorsese really likes red. I don't know what it is in his stuff, and very dramatic score. Which I agree with you was actually very, very good. Who did the music? Jeff Russo did the music for the film. Very cool, very good. It sounded great. The score was really good, and it underscored a lot of the especially very dramatic moments in the show, obviously,
Of
of
course.
which there are many.
That scene towards the end when it's like raining and the guy Max Cady appears on the roof after all the cops did
Okay,
the sweep of the house, that was funny.
that
It
made
was a
me
great
laugh.
dramatic scene because then he like jumps and he's on the frame
Okay,
of the
but
window.
like, why the fuck did he turn into like a super
Oh, I
villain?
don't know.
That was a bit much for me. I
That
was
was a
like,
little bit much, but that's the thing, right? I found it funny, but it was a great scene visually speaking.
yeah, it was fun to see. I don't necessarily think it was supposed to get the laugh that it did because
I
it did get a
guess,
laugh in the screening that we were
yeah,
in. And I get it. I also laughed.
yeah.
So I'm not really sure that was what they were going for, but that's definitely what they
I
got.
mean, it was like very dramatic. All
Oh my
the
gosh.
lightning and the close up of him.
Well, he looks like the fucking Joker standing on top of the house, and you're like, whoa, hang on. I feel like we went in a weird direction with the tone of this
It
show.
was just like for that split second of like
Yeah.
30 second
Because
scene,
everything
you
else,
know?
like, yes, it's very dramatic and he's horrible, obviously, Max, but they keep it a little bit more realistic, you know? So,
I
anyway.
mean, he climbed on the roof.
It's
It's just the way that it was
the rain
filmed.
and the music and the lighting
That's
and
what I'm saying.
the
It's the way that it was
and
filmed.
like the fact that
Otherwise,
he's like and like jumps in through the window. What the fuck?
yeah, I know.
How?
And the police are just really bad at their job in this movie, the TV show. I mean,
Terrible. Oh my god, they're so
it's ridiculous.
bad.
They swept everything and they're like, we're not gonna check the attic nor the roof.
It's also insane to
What?
me that when the police are finally, because of course, again, that's another thing that happens like multiple times that if the show had been shorter, they could have had less of, is the cops being like, we're not quite sure we believe the Bowden family, merpa derpa derpa kind of thing. And you're like, oh God, guys, can we just get to the point, please? But when that whole thing at the end really made me mad because they were like, okay, we're here and we're sweeping the house and we don't see anything. And fine, maybe we don't see the fucking psychopath up on the roof, even though it's pretty obvious that he's there and you can see him. We're not going to leave anyone here to supervise you
Oh, yeah,
while you
that
are
too.
getting ready to
Well,
leave
no,
your
there's
house.
a hurricane. Can't leave people in a hurricane.
What?
No.
Oh my God.
Hurricane, big winds, much rain.
Yeah.
Must not stay.
Like there's some pretty shoddy police work
Yeah, well.
in this show. It's pretty terrible. Oh gosh. Were there moments that you wanted to like highlight that you really liked that you can think of more than anything else?
Fuck.
I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Sure. The whole performance, really, of everyone on the boat, I would say, when he kills kind of like his whole relatively close family
His literal family.
and
Yeah.
everything, I think that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All of that. It was like it was the before last episode end of it,
Yeah.
and then the beginning of the last episode.
Yeah.
So that kind of like part, very, very good. Everyone did a great job there.
I mean, you've got some pretty heavy hitters. I mean, obviously Javier Bardem and Amy Adams have been there the whole time, but Juliette Lewis's character and Ron Perlman
I know.
plays his father and everything. There's like quite a lot of, quite a few strong performances happening there. So it's not too surprising. I think that was a pretty believable one.
Yeah.
The way that they fight just makes them seem like a really fucked up family, and you're like, yeah.
I know. It's fucking insane. And also the possum scenes.
The possum scenes.
Yeah.
What?
Remember the possum that lived in the house in the
Oh,
walls or something?
yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just made me think of Jimothy, and that's why I like that.
Timothy's a raccoon.
Close enough.
He's national treasure, but he's also a raccoon. Anyway, yeah.
What about you?
There were quite a few like really good scenes. I really liked actually getting into kind of that side of things too. I don't know, a lot of the stuff on the boat was good, but I really liked the interactions in, I believe it is the second to last episode, between Anna or Amy Adams' character and Juliette Lewis.
Right.
Crystal, just their interactions with each other when Anna wakes up on her boat and they
Right,
have
yeah, I remember that.
really weird back and forth conversations where Anna is trying to kind of be friendly with her and get as much information as possible. She's great in this, and you don't always notice it because she's like the toned down character to an extent.
Yeah.
But she's very good in this at like kind of trying to play that game a little bit and sort of like try to get some information from her. And Juliette Lewis made me laugh out loud like 3 different times in that scene when they were going to take a look at the mistress's house, like where she had killed herself and everything. And they're going there and she just has like very funny line delivery.
Yeah, it's the delivery of
It's
it, not
the delivery
the
of the
lines.
line. She's just like, oh God, no, I don't do that anymore. She's very funny. She is. She made me laugh multiple times when I saw her in this. And she's very good at towing the line between kooky, which is sort of what she's being like in that early part of the
Mm-hmm.
episode, and like fucking nuts later when you're like, oh dear, when you realize what she's actually done
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
by the end of the episode. So, yeah, so that was a really great balance. I really liked that. Towards towards like the last few episodes of the show, I found that Lily Callias is the name of the girl who plays Natalie, their daughter.
Right.
I
Yeah.
thought she was excellent. All of the stuff that she has with Max is really good. Like their scenes together, I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed, and I really liked. Well, the scene where she shoots him was like, it was good. You can just see how she vacillates a little bit between maybe kind of wanting to believe him, but then fully kind of reverting back to being like, nope, nope, you're not my actual dad. These people are my parents. You can fuck right off. And a lot of the way that she very subtly manipulates Nevaeh when they're in juvie together, I thought was very well done also. And I thought she did a really good job with
I
that
agree.
stuff.
She kind of did like a 180 of the character because it was Nevaeh who was manipulating her this
Yeah.
whole time.
She did a great job of kind of turning that around.
Exactly.
And I mean, yes, there is a lot of like satisfaction to be had in the final episode when Anna gets to like play the video at the
Oh, yeah.
opening of Max's restaurant and reveal the fact that he is in fact a huge piece of shit and did cheat on his wife a whole bunch and did manipulate his mistress into confessing to her murder. So yeah, all of those things I thought were really good, and those are like, for me anyway, those were like good moments that kind of stood out a lot. Let's see, do you have favorite characters or performances?
I mean, it's Max Cady.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. 100%. He is crazy enough, but also at the beginning, I mean, obviously that's how it was done on purpose because the writer director said that this is how they filmed it and written it, is that you are supposed to not be sure if he's actually the one doing it,
Yeah.
and that really came across really, really well. And
Yes.
he really played that role also really, really well.
Yeah, especially in those first few episodes when you really are kind of like, oh fuck, is this really not him doing this? And
Yeah,
this is just
that's
other
it.
stuff that's going on. Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
do a good job
And
with
like you
that.
said, very charming. And then when he goes crazy berserker and everything, that is
Very good at that too.
very, very good at it. I mean, yeah, he's a standout.
Yeah, I will say to highlight too and give them their dues as well. Joe Anders, who plays Zach, their son, I think did a really
Oh, that's
great
true.
job. He's not the most likable character, but I do believe that that's part of the point.
But very believable.
Very much. I
That's
found
it.
man, I really felt like I was like, holy shit, this kid is really dealing with a lot of stuff, And I thought that that was really great to see. I thought that was really cool. I really liked a couple of the other side characters. Ray Rollins, who's an investigator who works with Anna, I thought was great. And I'm
Oh, yeah,
R.I.P. Ray.
Oh,
poor
poor
Ray. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This guy has to be the one who dies of all of the people here. He's like the voice of reason.
I know, but he
In
was
the
also
middle.
getting too close, and you had to have the other main characters resolve this whole situation.
I know. It was just, I was frustrated by
I know.
it. Also, Ray, fun fact, by the way, Ray is played by an actor named Jamie Hector, who is 50 years old.
Wow, I would never have said that.
If you told me he was 30, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Exactly 30.
What the fuck?
Crazy.
Ridiculous. Oh, another fun fact too that I came across. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell you what her name is because it will give things away. But there's a character who recurs in multiple episodes named Tabitha, who's a journalist. She's very annoying.
Yeah, sure.
Who is like obsessed with Max, kind of, and tries to use everything to her advantage. Do you want to take a wild guess who this actress's father is?
I couldn't. There's way too many people. Like, I don't know.
Okay, Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Wow.
Yeah, her name
Wow.
is Anna Baryshnikov. She's his daughter.
That is crazy connections.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So strange. Mikhail Baryshnikov, for people who don't know, is an extremely famous former ballet dancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, who started in the USSR and then moved over to the States. He is extremely well regarded in the dance world. He's been around for ages.
Wow.
Yep, she's his kid.
Well, look at that.
Yep.
That's fucking cool.
Look at that. So yeah. I think those will probably be the main ones that I would highlight. Everybody, to your point, everybody's great. I do think also, again, considering all of the back and forth that has to happen and how this character kind of has to reach a certain level of desperation, I did think Patrick Wilson was great because he really towed the line between, at first you're kind of like, I think Tom sucks a bit. And
Right.
he does a little bit, and he's flawed and he's got some problems, but that also he is just like an actual human being. Like he's like a flawed person, but he's not some sort of like supervillain husband necessarily. He's just a guy who's like he kind of fucks up too and does some shit that he shouldn't be doing. But you're kind of like, okay, I can see where part of this is coming from.
Yeah, that's
Other
fair.
than the cheating stuff, don't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, that's not cool. But also, he was just very nice when he was at the screening
Oh,
and the
he was
questions and
lovely.
everything. Yeah.
He was lovely. He seemed really nice. He was so enthusiastic and obviously had a lot of love for the show when they made it and
Yeah,
everything.
and the
So
whole
that's
horror
really
genre
cool.
in general. So
Yes.
that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, yes, I will say stylistically, the show is really well put together. It's beautifully, like even beautifully lit. The setting, obviously, like you feel it, like the Savannah setting. It's hot. It's kind of sticky and stuff. You know, you can feel it in like the different sets. The house is beautiful. They have a way of lighting Amy Adams that reminds me how beautiful her eyes are. And like every single scene, I was like, my God, she's stunning. And she just like has to carry quite a bit in the show. Because Max is so over the top that he can't be like your main character. That would be insane. So
Yeah.
it's a really good sort of line that she toes, I find, between everything. And she plays a character who I fully believe is a lawyer. So
That's true.
yeah. So all of those things were good. That's it for me. It was more from a plot hole sort of story perspective and like editing and things like that I feel it really should have been shortened. And I didn't love to a degree the way that things ended. And I'm not saying that I condone that they should have killed Max, but at the same time, this is meant to be a mini series allegedly, and they really do like some sequel bait right in that last episode and like that final scene.
Oof, that would be weird. I don't think they've ever made a sequel for this in any of
They
the movies they've done.
they haven't, but they've also never made a 10-episode miniseries out of it. And
Yeah.
they keep calling it a miniseries, but don't you find like that final we're looking over our shoulder scene really gave that whole like, oh boy, he's gonna like find a way to get out again.
Yeah, it could have a double meaning, and
Yeah.
either that or it's just to show that they are always gonna think about this, and it's gonna be forever a monkey on their back type of thing.
Maybe. And hopefully that is all it would be. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Everybody
Yeah.
was excellent in the show, but I don't feel that you need to have a second season of this. It doesn't feel like it would be necessary.
So fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and I didn't love by the end, the hallucination things that Max is going through was starting to get to be a little bit much for me. The hallucinations of the wife and the son. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, but that has to do with his brain injury for
I
sure.
know,
like,
it
he
did.
got hit on the head so many times.
100%. He's got a metal plate in his head. Like there are bound to be major issues, but I also didn't feel like it really lent itself very well to
Well,
health.
it didn't also go anywhere.
It didn't
like,
propel
much.
anything
Yeah,
forward.
Yeah, that's it.
Is what it was. Anyway, overall, I think I hate it? No. But I definitely, after watching the first 2 episodes, I think I thought I was going to enjoy it a lot more than I did. And by the end, I was just sort of like, meh.
Yeah. Okay,
That's where I'm sitting with it more than anything.
I get it.
Anyway, that's kind of our wrap up for all of this because we figured it would be a good idea to do that. You're going to be hopping on with me probably sometime in the next number of weeks because we're going to have to talk about Silo season 3 at some
Yeah,
point.
it's true.
Yeah.
I'm so down for that, actually.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that. We talked about season 2 last year. I feel like we have to continue the trend.
Well, yeah. Might as well finish it, right?
Exactly, and keep going with it. So I think we'll probably be doing that in the next little bit. And then, yeah, like I mentioned, we've got new stuff coming out. Shereen and I are going to have some things that we're working on. There's a new season of My Life with the Walter Boys. Oh, God, she's more happy about that than I am. But whatever, here we are. We're going to watch it, I'm sure, and we're going to talk about it. And we'll have, that's it, new releases coming out in the upcoming weeks and stuff as well. So that'll be kind of fun. Anyway, you can follow all of that over on our socials. We're at fullybookedca, and you can always check out the website at fullybooked.ca where we've got reviews of new and upcoming books. We've got recommendations for things. We've got features. We've got many, 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 many things that you can search for there if you would like to. But until then, guys, keep on reading.
Ciao, guys.